wonderful by people like Clara. Please come up here and let's unpack some of your wonderful, wonderful stuff. Let's get this set up here for you. No, just
Okay.
the way you want it.
Yep. Maybe a little. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's sounding good. Everyone can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thanks very much, Tom, for inviting me to this series. I've really been enjoying the evening.
You're wonderful. Tell them about your work here.
Sure. I'm going to be reading from my books, Forecast and Subway Medusa. Let's see, talking about one's own work, you know what, maybe I will just read you the description on the back of the book. And the second book, Forecast, came out a few years ago, and this is the description. Shadowed with foretellings and premonitions, this collection of sometimes somber, sometimes whimsical poems takes the reader on an odyssey whereby things bizarre, miraculous, and bewildering can and often do happen. And it goes on, but that's probably enough right there. So I think I will begin with the dream world, because I'm finding these days that I'm enjoying the dream world a lot more than waking life. And I find, especially if it's vivid dreams and waking up from those, it's like, no, go back to sleep. I don't want to deal with things right now, especially with the current world situation. So I thought, you know what, let's start in the dream world. I think that's a good place to begin. Dreaming of dragons. I've been dreaming of dragons lately, cosmic, seafaring, earthy, everything dragons, and I don't know what to think. My best friend tells me they're mostly incorporeal, ambassadors for good or ill, emblems of sexuality. Last night, a dragon slumbering in a diamond mine was jarred awake by jackhammers. Deeply offended, he fled to the nearest village to stir up support for a ban on excavations. In another dream, a dragon emerged from a lake and tore through the landscape, dragging hydro lines and houses like tin cans from a just-married car. I've been dreaming of dragons, and I don't know what to think. Each morning under my pillow, I find pearly scales, incandescent eggs, indigo teeth. Somewhere a dragon is dreaming me. Thank you. And another dream poem, Dream Notes on the King of the Fairies. He has high cheekbones, a sharp jawline and arched eyebrows, dark brown hair and hazel eyes. There's an air of caprice, also inquisitiveness. His hand reaches into the foxglove again. The page of cups with pointed features, drops falling from the tips of long fingers as he offers the cup of invitation and proposals. The triumphant return of the Elf King in a hyper-modern world. He arrives alone to dance under multicolored lights. Moves in sync, yet ahead of the music. Dances in my dream in fairy. Cascades of gas flame blue, iridescence behind him. I stumble upon a troop of them, playing instruments, singing. The one with the hummingbird wings, spinning in mid-air, displaying great joy, first catches my attention. He, tallest of all, appears to be leading this pixie fair. Suddenly, they all make strange, realize they're being watched, halt the merrymaking, become sullen, somber. Elsewhere, Vulcan at his forge, experiments go awry, cause fires and explosions downtown. He's been on trial for public mischief, is hated by many, but he's most at home, undone by greater rapture. His skinny ribcage fills with air, and his whole body shakes ecstatically, in rhythmical motions following the lead of his priestess partner. Okay, one more poem inspired by a dream, and then I'll move into something else. The Good People. have been known to move tables and chairs invisibly at whim, cause windstorms in untidy town dwellers' cupboards, steal the odd mortal baby. They don't like cats, competition. Birds and fish are closer kin, also mice that scamper at an unnerving pace. They make love with the arrival of spring, merry in summer, turn gloomy in autumn. Discerning their favorite color is tricky. Is it green or violet? Sometimes they are clothed in magical blue, not the pallid hue from gossamer cartoons, blue-black of early night sky, sun having long withdrawn below the horizon, banished. There is no Tinkerbell in fairyland, children of twilight, fair folk, wee ones, she, gray neighbors, with many more names, euphemistic and laudatory, rumored to fancy poets, dimly hover above them, both angel and nemesis. I know, I thought it would be, well, a good idea to read a Toronto poem since that there was a Toronto poem earlier and might as well, being that we are in Toronto, there you go. Although I guess the tie-in to Toronto is that this is about a psychic that I went to, but it no longer exists because it's a condo place now. So there you go, that's the Toronto element there. Belladonna. 1, a drug made from deadly nightshade. 2, a poisonous plant. 3, a beautiful woman. She looks like others I've seen, Roma, long black hair dissolving into her black blouse, dilated pupils relentlessly taking me in. Firmly, sensually, she grasps both my hands, tells me my aura is vibrant red, sees marriage ahead, writing, books, and art, 2 children, 1 girl, 1 boy. But most importantly, you need my help. You need protection. You can't do this alone. She offers to burn incense to her gods, have me carry a special pouch, take these consecrated bath salts for an additional fee. I doubt, but am compelled to give everything in my wallet. Okay, so this poem is a change of pace. It's about something I've done a lot of, which is read self-help books, and that's why it's called Confessions of a Self-Help Addict. No more psychotherapy, I've taken matters into my own hands. Well-being is destiny. The world does not exist beyond my inner self. I am a self-help addict. Don't tell my family I've spent my inheritance on motivational retreats. I chant, you are what you think. You can have it all. Quitters never win. And believe me, I won't quit. I own all 21,647 self-help books on Amazon.com. Chapter by chapter, I dive into repressed memory, lose pounds just thinking about my childhood. I discover my personal power while operating heavy equipment. I listen to Dr. Phil on my iPhone in the shower. I'm evolving, have decided to love all my exes unconditionally, but only after they live up to their full potential. I'm guilt-free, actualized, yelling, "Don't sweat the small stuff," to anyone having a meltdown. I'm moving forward, leaving behind the codependents, enablers, anger repressors, and anyone who speaks from negativity. They're confined to my closet. No one comes between me and my self-esteem. Thank you. Okay, let's see here. Maybe one more, or?
Oh, a couple more.
Oh, a couple more, okay. Okay, so I will read.
No, they don't.
Part of a poem that's from a long poem, part 6 about a trip I took to Edinburgh, Scotland. And this is part 6, Last Night in Edinburgh. I am not sure why you called me spooky. Far more inexplicable things were happening that evening. The candle extinguishing itself, the scent of anise infusing the room from nowhere. Outside, it was well past equinox. The fog had dispersed, and all was quiet along the Royal Mile. You pointed out a red bird on the rooftop, saying this was a good omen, that he was some kind of guardian, and all would be well. I was not assured. To the room at Castle Hill I returned, sensing trouble, and asked for protection. Like a Scottish Khaim, I pictured myself surrounded by light, impermeable to devious intent, reminding myself I am safe. And let's see here. Okay, so I haven't yet been to Ireland. It is on my list of places I want to get to, and I will end with this poem, which is called Irish Witches. An Irish witch requires no effort crossing over. She's already halfway to Summerland, consorting with angels, demons, Celtic gods, and her deceased great aunt on the O'Leary side. An Irish witch chooses Yeats as her familiar, conjures him to appear, and then changes his human form. Irish witches aren't like the English, cooped up in damp estates, or those American witches who bring cell phones to ritual. An Irish witch wears the land as her second skin, visits the sea daily, and when she returns home, the tides miss her. Irish witches rarely use dating sites, and if they do, only niche ones. Sure, they'll have you over to the cottage for tea and soda bread if they like the lilt in your voice. But you must ask yourself, is the cat huddled by the fireplace really a cat? Thank you.
You are magnificent. You're one of our finest Canadian voices. Thank you. Where's David?